classics represent.
This is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, P.O. blow my ass. You would think these dudes are faggots, pull your ass over, ticket you just cause you got tatted and you thinking you a dumbass because you didn't graduate. Shit, the only time I jerk off's when I masturbate, rolling up these cigarettes, $2 a pop. No commissary from the homies on the block, cause once you win, you got no friends in the pen. They all disappear out of sight once again. But I might once again take flight once again, put a bullet through your eye and do time once again. What's a crime? What's a sin? I was taught they were evil, so tell me what the fuck is wrong with you Christianity people? I thought we was family. What happened to a home? Bring me food to these streets where you left me all alone. Fuck you too, bitch. I need a job, I need a home, and my vocals won't stop till they break your every bone. This is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, hustle, 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 live, hustle, 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 live, hustle, 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 live. You better recognize. Running tattoos on the streets, trying to get money for the rent, but the Department of Corrections tries to take my every cent. Plus my brother's in Wisconsin and the other lost his mind. Been through hella shit, man, I'm surprised I ain't lost mine. But I guess that's what happens when you never met your parents. But who's to say their parents when there never was a marriage? Got a bro I've never met, and that wasn't a miscarriage. He was adopted out at birth, man, I can hardly bear it. The truth of it is, it was because of his color. Wasn't mom's decision, it was racist ass grandmother. Even after all that shit, man, I've got no choice but love her. Before this life is over, I'll get in touch with my brothers. This is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, hustle, 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 live, hustle, 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 live, hustle, 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 live. You better recognize. Well, I reckon you should recognize it wasn't very easy to get this far up in this game. Palms are sweating, they so greasy. It wasn't breezy going through all the changes, different stages. Foster homes, group homes, getting kicked out of my placements. Always losing patience with my social worker who didn't give a shit anyway. Why should he give a fuck? He's just trying to get paid. I refuse to respect it, felt neglected. If I see his ass again, he'll get verbally dissected. There used to be a time that if given the situation, I wouldn't even think once. And some jobs would get a break in. Don't mistake it, push me far enough, turn that straight devil, pull a 5-finger death punch and make your face echo. This is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, this is my life, this is the way that I live. You better recognize, hustle, 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 live, hustle, 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 live, hustle, 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 live. You better recognize.
Hey, if y'all get tired of that pussy ass, cheesy ass, eating candy, lollipop shit, fuck that, we got it